and then beat Zhu of Korea to get here. Yang also had a bye in the 128. Beat Golov Pechev, an individual neutral athlete. Then beat from Cyprus, Kiayas. Then beat Iaquinta of Italy. And to finally get here, he beat Ho of Korea. And he was down in that bout for the first half of that bout pretty strongly. And we saw that Siu barely held on at the end there. It got really close at the end. So both of them really fought very hard to get here. Ooh.
Well, instead of face to, or mask to face, it was mask to chest. But Yang still managed to get a light up.
Was it the light or was it a penalty? Did you get the light one on? Because I was looking at my score sheet at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So I think you know what's going on right here. He got nailed. I wonder if they have to go through concussion protocol.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe just checking.
The doctor's having a look.
Yeah.
He's wearing glasses. That couldn't have been comfortable.
So let's see. I don't believe they're going through any type of concussion protocol here, which is something that's you see in a lot of sports right now. It's basically a mandated thing when someone takes a knock like that. But here, I guess they just wanted to make sure that he wasn't busted open or anything, and he seems to be okay and ready to go. That's a tough way to start the bout.
Well, it's about for a gold medal. Or to be able to be in the gold medal match, to be more precise. They're both going to get a medal. We just don't know what kind.
And of course, neither one of their coaches are in their respective boxes because that is the protocol with most countries when you have teammates fencing.
That's correct.
Referee reaching. Back off.
That was attack left, off target. Siu with counterattack. Still attack right. Off target. You saw the mask clip go flying there.
You know, it's very difficult to go this far and to draw a countryman, a teammate. It's definitely, you see a lot. First of all, the coaches aren't there. Then you're not yelling and screaming after every touch. There's a certain energy level that's different, and it's very tough to fence a teammate.
Well, Aiden Siu got the parry.
He wound up and fired it at him and still couldn't put the light on. Body cord or wire came out, hence the off target. Light, the white light.
Prêt, allez. Haal, contre-attaque, touche.
A big counterattack there from the left.
Regarde.
For me, that was attack in preparation. It's semantics, but that's what I call.
Ah. Haal, attaque, non. Contre-attaque, touche. 3. Regarde. Prêt, allez.
Another thing about teammate bouts, countrymate bouts, there's an eerie silence in the venue. Because
Yeah.
there's nobody cheering.
Regarde.
So
Prêt, allez. Haal, remise de droite, touche. 1.
Siu keeps his left
Okay.
arm, his fencing arm, very close to his body, and he's
Right.
leaning forward. Interesting on guard stance. Almost the head is well ahead of the body.
Haal, préparation, attaque. Touche. 1. Regarde.
It's the attack to the high line, the shoulder.
Prêt, allez. Haal, attaque de droite. Donc voilà.
Still attack right. Off target.
Prêt, allez. Haal, riposte de gauche, donc voilà. Ok. Prêt, allez.
Siu thought he had him there.
Time's going to run out here in the opening period. 5 for Luao Yang, 3 for Aiden Siu. And despite a masked face, Luao Yang is very composed.
Sure. And it seems like Siu wants to be on the attack here. It seems like he wants to be the one that's provoking.
Alone with their thoughts.
It's like he's holding his head where he got clobbered. He might have that waffle when the mask goes into your head or your nose or whatever. You have that little waffle that you get from the. I knew it would happen to me on my nose because my nose was closer to the mask than most.
Okay, here we go. Our second period in this first semifinal.
Prêt, allez. Haal, attaque. Touche.
Attack right. And right to the shoulder.
That seems to be the target of choice for both of these fencers.
Regarde. Prêt, allez. Haal, attaque de droite, donc voilà.
It's the opposite of what I predicted. I predicted Siu would come out on the attack, and it's been exactly the opposite.
Haal, arrête touche. 1. Regarde. Prêt, allez. Out. Finish attack the push. One.
That was a
Parry riposte.
nice one by Siu.
Out. Out.
Siu's been very quiet for most of the first period.
Okay. Out. Out attack no. Counter attack push. One.
Siu got a little bit lucky there, but maybe he stepped in and caused Yang to miss. Painting in the low
Out attack
line.
the push. One. Okay.
Yang goes, oh my,
Three.
either he's holding his head in disbelief or because it hurts. But meanwhile, Siu has tied it up. Yang has led from the very first touch. Let's see if Siu can take his first lead of this semifinal. His arm back against his body, Siu. Look at that.
Out attack no. Counter attack push. One.
Well, Siu didn't even get half a step, and the moment he started moving, Yang was right in there with that counterattack.
Out. Preparación. Attack push. One.
So, Siu was thinking about attacking and pushing, and both times he wasn't ready for Yang, who made two quick attacks in the preparation.
Out attack verder droite push. One.
He hit on the back. Whoa, what a touch there. He did hit on the back.
Out.
I see
Out
the
attack.
flick is still in style.
It worked.
One.
So just like that, Siu was pushing and climbing and getting and tied the score, couldn't get over the hump, and he's back to a 4-point differential. Just like that in a matter of seconds.
Out.
Frustrating for Siu.
Out attack the ghost push. One.
Attack the ghost, says the referee, but if you heard the blade contact, it was a beat attack. That's what gave him the right of way.
Out.
Clock is going to wind down here in the second period. And we'll go to our second 1-minute break. We saw more life from Aiden Siu than we saw pretty much in the first period. But as you say, you once you level, then you've got to keep going.
There's a tendency when you climb the hill and tie the score, you take a mental breather like, I got there. And invariably, you see it all the time. When I was team captain for USA for 6 years, you saw it over and over. The best fencers in the world. You have to focus when it's tied to get the next one. Anyway, the turning point in that period is that when the score got tied at 7, good job by Siu, Yang nailed him twice in a row on attacks and preparation, like a cobra striking. So that was really important. That changed the whole thing. Because now in the third period, down by a few, I think 3, Siu has to attack. And it's going to be a question of what does Yang do to disrupt it. The attacks and preparations were very successful.
Okay.
I don't think the tracks in general and it's very difficult for me. I don't think
Prep.
The third and final period in this first semifinal.
Out. Attack the draw. No ball. One out.
And there's your theme again. Yang knows that Siu has to attack, and he attacked. Well, Siu was sort of flat-footed there.
Out. Attack. No ball. One out. Out.
Good strategy by Yang because he's not letting Siu get comfortable on the attack. Not yet, anyway. Not in the first 30 seconds. We're only a few seconds away from P yellows.
Out. Remise de droite. Touche. One. One out.
Yang again attacks in preparation and then remises. So Siu has to figure something out here because while he's thinking of attacking, Yang has been more effective than he has.
Out. Arrêt repose no. Remise. Touche. One. One out. Prêt. Out. Out. Contrattaque. Touche. One. One out. Prêt. Out.
After the score was tied 7-7, Yang has outscored Siu 7-1 after the score was tied.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Out. Repose no ball. One out.
Yang off target.
Prêt. Out. Out. Attaque paré.
And there we go.
Remise. Touche. One. Talon.
At le-
15-8. That was an impressive performance
It was.
from Yang.
Yang was good on the attacks and preparation. He had that one beautiful riposte to the back, but he finished it off with 3 of his last few actions were attacks and remises, almost intentional. And Siu just couldn't get the light on. He had some good
That's
actors.
the end of the first bout.
少年男子花剑
Well
赛第一场结束。
Victory belongs to
It is
United States
bronze for
of Luao
Aiden Siu and Luao Yang into the gold medal match.
Very impressive. After he got blasted on the very first action, it was a shoulder to the mask, actually.
Second bout. Italy, 意大利 Marco Panagulo versus Japan, 日本
Is he winning hit?
Ono Competition starts.
比赛开始，
All right, second semifinal coming out